Well, it's great to see Topper sports season kicking off again. I'm Troy Hughes. I'm the fire chief here in Los Alamos. And we're glad to see COVID kind of waning and people getting back to their normal activities. One of the things that hurt us during this time period was our lack of people. So we need recruits. We need cadets to come to work for Los Alamos Fire Department. It's a great career, very rewarding, good pay, good benefits, great retirement. You get to work out and maintain your Topper strength. So we're hoping that a few good people will come to work for us in the next year, and we hope that the Toppers win, so go Toppers.
Hello, I'm Deputy Chief Oliver Morris of the Los Alamos Police Department, and I just want to take a few moments of your time to talk about some safety initiatives that we want to bring forth to the community as the 2022-2023 school year starts in Los Alamos. School is right around the corner, and we want to remind parents and students to make sure that you leave enough time to get to school on time so we're not rushing. As you can see behind me, all school zones are 15 miles an hour when students are going to school, even if they're not present. So let's slow down and just make sure our students are safe. Secondly, I want to remind us that when the buses are stopped and their stop signs and lights are activated, we want traffic to stop in both directions to allow time for students to cross the street to keep them safe. The other thing I want to talk about is our school campuses. It's important to remember that during school, campuses are closed to the general public, as well as the playgrounds and facilities, while school is in session. This also includes Sullivan Field and the Sullivan Field parking lot. We want to make sure that school is meant for just school hours and school staff. Please check in with the staff regularly if you're going to be planning on visiting our campuses. We have a long history at Los Alamos to have amazing school resource officers. These officers are there to provide an atmosphere of safety and security for our students and faculty, but they're also there to foster positive relationships with students. So we use our school resource officers just to ensure that everything is safe in our schools. The other thing I'd like to direct our community to is on the losalamosschools.net website. If you click on the Safety and Wellness section, you will see that there's the See Something, Say Something app. This app is a great tool to report anything that has to do with safety, whether it's bullying or whether it's a suspicious person on campus or anything you think is safety related for our schools. Please use this app to report any suspicious behavior so that we can work in concert with the Los Alamos Public Schools to make sure everyone is safe. And that's the final message that I have for you today, and I just want to make sure that we have a safe and fun school year, and go Toppers.
Hi, I'm Curtis Christensen, Managing Director of the Los Alamos Program Management Office here at TechSource. TechSource is honored to have the opportunity to support Hilltoppers basketball. We are part of the Lab's Triad team working towards mission delivery, and we are part of the community right here, living the example that it is team that gets it done. To borrow some of the famous Coach Wooden's words, the main ingredient to winning is team. All the team. The players that listen, push, and focus during practice, the support from the bench, and those 5 on the court. Los Alamos is a special community. We count ourselves lucky to be able to have the opportunity to support its people, events, and organizations. Good luck today. Go Toppers.
Join the University of New Mexico Los Alamos for the exceptional education. Join us for the small class sizes. Join us for the quality faculty and staff who are dedicated to your success. Whatever your reason for joining us, start here, go anywhere. Go Hilltoppers.
Hi there, my name is Kristen O'Hara and I'm the Director of Interpretation at Pajarito Environmental Education Center. We are the nonprofit that runs the Los Alamos Nature Center. Bears are active in Los Alamos during spring, summer, and fall. New Mexico Game and Fish recommend the following 6 bear-wise basics to keep you and our bears safe. Do not feed or approach bears. Whether it's unintentional or intentional, feeding black bear in our community is incentivizing them to come into our residential neighborhoods for food. And we do not want to do that. They are wild animals. They're equipped for finding food themselves. Our people food is not the best thing for them. As far as approaching bears in the wild, it is best to stay away from black bear. If a black bear hasn't seen you and you happen to see one across the street from you, take a moment to have that beautiful experience, but do not approach a black bear. Make sure to secure your garbage cans and recycling. Bears have a very keen sense of smell and can rip open garbage cans very easily, so having them secured with some sort of bungee cord or something to keep the lids down is the best way to keep our bears in our community safe. Remove bird feeders during prime active bear times. Black bears in Los Alamos are active anywhere between the very end of April, May to the middle of November. So during those times, anything we can do to keep our bears safe by not giving them food is better for bears and better for us. So at night, for instance, at the Nature Center, we take down the bird feeders that we have outside and put them back up in the morning. So that is something you can do. But if you do have a bear at your house that has eaten from your feeders, make sure to take your feeders down for a length of time around 2 weeks, so the bear does not acclimatize to coming to your house for food. Do not leave your pet food outside. If you happen to feed your animals outdoors, put your food bowls out there, make sure your animals have your fill, but make sure you bring them in after your animal is done eating. That'll, again, keep the bears safe. Clean and store your grills. That means cleaning your grills thoroughly, removing all fat and food that could have dropped in the base of the grill, and then storing it in an inaccessible place, so a place the bears cannot get to, like a garage or even inside your house, if that's a possibility. I know not everybody has a garage, but just keeping in mind a good place to store a grill that is away from that can be away from bears accessing it. And I guess our last bear safety tip is to tell your neighbors, communicate with your neighbors and your friends about bears that have been spotted in the area, or these safety tips that you've learned here today. The more knowledge we can give to our neighbors and our friends, the better, and it will keep our bear neighbors and our human neighbors as safe as possible. Good luck, toppers, on your season.
Well, hi, everybody. This is Gene Mortensen along with my good buddy Mike Mays, and we are here at Espanola High School Gymnasium. And Edward Medina, I remember that.
Wow, I'm impressed. I was thinking, I was just trying to think of names I could tell you there was.
Awesome. Anyway, big game tonight against the Espanola Valley Sun Devils. The Hilltoppers coming into the ball game at 3-2 in district play. Espanola 4-2 in district play. And as everybody should recall, Espanola won the game in Los Alamos on a buzzer beater, an absolute buzzer beater that, and by Jaden Martinez, a 6'2" senior who caught the ball and let it go. He had about another half second. He had been too late, but he got it in and just in time. And they were down by 2 and they won by 1 on the 3-pointer. So Mike, and it's interesting too, Mike, because Espanola are 6-18 in the season. Their season, I mean, overall record is pretty poor, but they're 4-2 in district. That's just crazy. And then to top it off, the other night they lost to Moriarty in Moriarty, and Moriarty won that ball game pretty handily.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, but that made for a very interesting showdown here tonight, and really kind of shook up the whole district standings as we have a 12-foot ladder out for some reason underneath one of the baskets, but not sure what happened. But anyway, yeah, things a little bit interesting now with Moriarty's upset victory over the Sun Devils, and we'll talk about a little bit where everybody lands at this moment. But long story short here, Gene, if the Toppers can pull off a big victory tonight in a very difficult place to play, they have as good a shot as anybody at a district title this season.
Yeah, they really would. That would put Espanola at 4-3 on district play, and Los Alamos would then be at 4-2. And so Espanola only has one game remaining, and that ball game is against Taos, and that is going to be next week on the 17th. So, and the Hilltopper boys are going to, well, they still have to play Taos, and they'll play Taos and Los Alamos. They'll play Milwaukee and Milwaukee. And that Milwaukee game is going to be interesting because Milwaukee came to Los Alamos. Derek Sanchez, their star, I guess you could say. He had 37 points against Los Alamos. So we're about here for the national anthem, I think. Well, first we're going to have the ROTC present the flag, that kind of stuff. But anyway, important game here tonight, and pretty good crowd. Not as big a crowd as I expected. A lot of times we come here and there's not a seat in the entire place, but it is still pretty full. But we're ready now for the national anthem.
To honor our country, men and women serving in uniform in the world. All our veterans, our national anthem will be performed by Marisol Medina and Chimayo Luz.
Oh, sing, can you see my to be alive? Was so proudly we and twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the narrow
That concludes the national anthem. A young lady singing it here, doing a great job here at Espanola High School. And, of course, we'll wait now for the Varsity gang to walk off with the flags, and then we will have the starting lineups. And I'm not sure how you do it here, Mike, in Los Alamos the other night morning. He introduced all the players, and he said, "Don't ever do that again." I don't know what to.
Yeah, that threw me for a complete loop.
Yes, it really did.
You know, because that sets you back in
15 seconds.
Yeah, a good 15, 20 seconds every single night. I mean, over the course of a career for somebody in the gym, that's probably 30, 40 years.
Oh yes,
but no,
we're old.
Yeah, I'm surprised. But no, I don't understand why the decision was made to only do the starters. And we'll see what we do here. It is senior night, by the way, here at Edward Medina Gymnasium, and I feel a little cheated, Gene, that we only had about a 15-minute ceremony instead of a 45-minute ceremony.
Yeah, no. One of the senior nights we came down for, and Richard Martinez, he was the MC, and the senior night ceremony took 45 minutes,
and that was 45 solid minutes of Richard Martinez talking, and I'm not sure he took a breath the entire time. But the team's being introduced right now, and they are apparently going to introduce everybody, which is really how they should do it, but that's not always how it's done. But for the toppers tonight are going to go with their regular starting lineup. Nico Garcia, 6-foot junior. Kyle Evan-Huss, a sophomore. And Ethan Mondragon is a sophomore as well. Most of the team sophomores. Josiah Fresquez, a sophomore, 5'6", and the lone senior on the squad. And good to see him back tonight after missing a game. The last game with an injury is Rick Valdez. He is a 6'2" senior, and he actually got a little present from the home crowd while during the senior ceremony.
Yeah, he is the only senior here from Los Alamos, and Espanola might with 9 seniors, so they're going to graduate a bunch.
All right, and as we wait for the Chicago Bulls to take the court here. Yeah, we've got it. We are now in darkness.
Yes, we are. So they did this the other night in Los Alamos. They did it in darkness, but they didn't have a little searchlight like these guys have. They have a searchlight up in the balcony, and we didn't have a searchlight. But anyway. But we're about to get down to the starting lineup here for Espanola, and this should be an interesting ball game. The Hilltoppers had the game kind of in the bag the other night, a couple of weeks ago against Espanola. And, I think we had a 1-1, which would have, if we had made both of them, we'd have given us a 4-point lead. We missed the front end of the 1-1. And then that gave Espanola, we can put anybody on the lane. That gave Espanola a chance to just roar down the floor and get it into the hands of Jaden Martinez, and he sank the 3 at the buzzer. And here's the starting lineup from Mike.
All right, here we go. Finally, so starting tonight for the Sun Devils is going to be number 10, Jacob at Torsday, is a 6-foot senior. Number 12, Nathan Chacon, a 6'1" senior. Number 21, Jaden Martinez, the buzzer-beating hero the other night, 6'2" senior. Marquez Martinez, a 5'10" senior. And also for the Sun Devils, Gabriel Law, a 5'11" senior, will get the start tonight. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Kevin Caffeine, a 6'2" junior, will get the start tonight. So that is your starting lineup for the Espanola Valley Sun Devils. And yeah, I was expecting like literally people like tacked onto the rafters and stuff tonight. Didn't quite get that crowd. Still a pretty solid crowd, but boy, we have just seen, you know, I think this gym holds 3,500 people. We've seen every bit of 3,500 people in this gymnasium.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just, every single, all the way up to the very, very top. So that the tip is controlled. Let's see, it's going to go out of bounds off of Los Alamos, out of bounds. There was a battle for it over on the sideline. The Hilltopper lost it out of bounds, so it'll be inbounded by the Sun Devils, and they'll bring it in now to Nathan Chacon. Chacon will wait and hand it over to Marcus Martinez. Martinez, who wanted to take the three the other night in that ball game they won, but they covered him up, so he got it over to Jaden Martinez, and he's the one who put in the three. Now they're a little pick and roll. Hilltoppers cover that very nicely as it comes back out on top to Jacob Torresday. So Torresday pass underneath, and he's going to be overthrown as he was trying to get it underneath to Jaden Martinez.
Yeah, back to what you were saying, Gene. I think Marcus Martinez was the one they wanted to get the ball to at the end of the ball game. The Toppers had him covered up pretty well. So I guess Jaden was their second option, but he definitely came through.
Yeah, he certainly did. So the Hilltoppers now with it get it to Ethan Mondragon out on top of Nico Garcia. He gets a screen from Rick Valdez, and brings it down low now to Kyle Evanhus. Evanhus out on top to Rick. Rick's going to take it all the way to the hole and drop it in. Power move to the basket that time by the senior Rick Valdez.
Wow, that was a nice move. He actually didn't get the ball in particularly great position. He was toward the free throw line, but made a nice move and laid it in. And, split the defense very, very well. Good job for Rick.
So they bounce it down onto the baseline, and Hilltopper right now in a matchup zone. Well, let's see. No, they're actually playing a man-to-man, taking it to the hole, and shot is going to be off by Marcus Martinez. Rebound comes down to Ethan Mondragon. He'll wait. He'll get it up to Josiah Frescas, who'll bring it across the timeline for Los Alamos. Los Alamos is going to hand it to Kyle, back to Josiah. Out on top, and little Rick Valdez, left wing. They'll slip it over now to Mondragon. Get to Nico Garcia. He goes into the lane. Nice little jump shot. 10-foot jump shot from Nico Garcia. Boy, that was pretty.
Yeah,
take a 4-point lead.
A little bit of a leaner there for Nico. That was good stop and good decision there.
We're going to have a reach-in foul now. It's going to go to Ethan Mondragon as trying to penetrate that time was Jacob Torresday, but pretty obvious foul that time. So anyway, Ethan's going to pick up the personal.
And you remember that game the other day, Gene, between these two teams? That first quarter took about, 9.5 minutes maybe?
Yes.
It was incredible. That was almost a running clock.
Yeah, it really was. And so the shot is going to be off by Marcus Martinez. The rebound comes down to the Hilltoppers, Nico Garcia, and then going over his back right now is Kevin Coffin. So that's Kevin's first personal. That is the first team foul on Espanola. Evanhus dribbles to the right wing, can't find anybody to get it to. Gets to Nico Garcia. Way out on top. He'll bring it over now to Ethan Mondragon. Mondragon on the dribble near the half-court circle. Getting signals now from Benito Maestas. And they're going to bring it over now. And a little shot taken by Kyle Evanhus. And that was off.
Boy, but I don't know if that's what Benito drew up or not. But what does Russ say? Maybe we're going to take that one out of the playbook.
Yeah, really. 4-0 ball game. And so they bring it across to Jacob Torresday. Out underneath, shot is blocked. And I think that was Kyle Evanhus with the block.
Wow. Kyle got up there.
He did. And so Josiah Fresca is going to take it right down the right side of the lane and head right to the basket. He's going to be fouled. That personal foul is going to go to Jacob Torsday. That's going to be his first. That's second team foul. And so that will put Josiah on the free throw line. Hilltoppers leading right now 4-0 in the first quarter. And 4:42 to go. Josiah puts in the first. Gives the Hilltoppers a 5-0 lead. Josiah, the 5'6" sophomore, he's going to shoot one more and drops that one in. 6-0 lead right now for Los Alamos.
Yeah, good start to this ball game by the Toppers. And wow, Gene, I've never seen this in a high school game. They have stadium vendors.
Yeah, they do.
I have never seen that.
They're coming around. Want some Gatorade?
Got some Gatorade, yeah, whatever you want. And
really,
I'm a little upset they don't have a 50-50 tonight.
Yeah, I know. That's a surprise. So we're going to have the ball. They bounce the ball over to Jaden Martinez, and we're going to reach and foul go from Los Alamos. That's going to go to Nico Garcia. That'll be his first. That is now the second team foul on Los Alamos. Coming down the baseline, the ball is going to almost stolen away by Ethan Mondragon. The ball's on the floor. There's a battle for it. We're going to have a held ball, and it's, the alternating possession is going to go to.
I think they're going to call Mondragon for. There was a little bit of a pig pile there on the floor, and I think Ethan jumped on it. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of. If there's a loose ball, call, let them figure it out. I mean, really. Granted, you don't want to go into NFL, NFL loose ball drill, but come on, let them figure it out.
Now Mondragon's the second personal. Jake Torresday takes it to the hole, puts it over the front of the rim, makes it now a 6-2 ball game. That is the third team foul on Los Alamos, by the way. And so checking in now for is Enrique Tafoya, and they get it underneath for Rick Valdez. And that Rick?
I thought that was Nico.
Oh, maybe it was.
That was Nico cutting in, but that was a heck of a pass there by Enrique. And he got deep in underneath the basket and then dished it off.
Now they get it underneath to Jacob Torres. Cutting to the basket. He has all 4 points for Espanola. At this point, it's an 8-4 ball game. Josiah Frescas is going to come right down the middle of the lane, passes it over, and trying to get it over in the corner to Enrique Tafoya. Enrique wasn't ready for it. I think he thought that Josiah was going to take it straight to the hole, which is what Josiah usually does. So 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. And it's an 8-4 ball game. Hilltop is up by 4 as they get it now over to Nathan Chacon. 3-point shot is off. Rebound comes down. Ball's on the floor once again. Another battle for it. This is won by Los Alamos. Josiah Frescas picks up the loose ball. Josiah pulls up, puts up the 3-point shot. This is off. Rebound comes down to Rick Valdez. He goes right back up, and he's fouled. Great rebound that time by Rick Valdez, the senior.
Boy, that really was. Rick is, 6'2". He is one of the taller toppers. He does have some width to him, and he used that very, very well on that rebound. But just kind of able to muscle his way in and get the rebound and pick up the foul. That was a heck of an effort.
It really was. So he cans the first one. The personal foul went to Jaden Martinez. That's his first. And so Rick, with 4 points in the ball game, Hilltoppers now lead by 6 here in this first quarter. 10-4 ball game, and 2:44 and counting. As Espanola will just walk it up the floor. They bring it to Jacob Torsday. Torsday is going to come down and heads to the basket. Makes a great move. Made a great move toward the left and then cut back to his right and just took it right to the hole. And Los Alamos, he has all 6 points for Espanola right now. Josiah Frescas, top of the key, gets the screen. He's going to shoot from NBA range. That's off. Nico Garcia gets the rebound. Nico goes up with the putback. That's off, and the rebound's going to go off of Enrique Tafoya out of bounds. And boy, that's too bad. Nico had a good rebound and a good shot. It just rolled around on that rim forever before it finally fell off. 2:10 to go here in the opening stanza, and it's a 10-6 ball game. Hilltoppers up by 4. They bring it over on the right side. Now to Kevin Coffeen. Coffeen will bring it down low. Now coming down the baseline. Good defense by Enrique Tafoya. They dish it off at the last minute. Shot taken. This time by Marcus Martinez. That's off. Rebound comes down to Nico Garcia. Nico now getting instructions from Benito Maestas. And they bounce it over now to Kyle Evanhus. Evanhus still on the dribble. He's going to bring it out on top over to Rick Valdez. And now they'll hand it to Josiah. Frescas gets the screen from Enrique, and they're going to call Enrique for bumping him. And that's a good call. He set the screen, but then this man started to go around the screen. He gave him a nice little bump. And so Enrique Tafoya picks up his first personal. That's the fourth team foul on Los Alamos. There'll be no press being put on by Los Alamos as the Hilltoppers lead by 4, 10-6. Comes out on top right now to Jaden Martinez. Martinez will get it over to Nate Chacon. Chacon, now they're just working it around the three-point line at this point. And the Hilltoppers three-point shot from way out. This is going to be off. Rebound is going to come down to Kyle Evanhus. Evanhus rips it down, gets it over, hands it over to Josiah Frescas. Minute to go. First quarter, 6-10. Hilltoppers up by 4. Josiah Frescas makes a great move to the basket. It should have been called for a travel, but I don't know, Mike. It looked like an awful lot of steps, but he does go up and get fouled. And that personal foul is going to go to Jacob Torsday, and that's Jacob's second personal.
Yeah, so, Jacob has supplied all the offense so far for the Sun Devils, but now picks up a second personal foul. And Joey Trujillo still in the ear of the official. He did not like that call. That was, there was. It looked like there were some steps before any kind of contact there with Josiah Frescas, who hits both free throws. But yeah, he was doing quite the jig down there before the foul.
So 12-6 ball game as Josiah picks up both. He's 4 for 4 from the free throw line right now, and now Osvaldo Alvarez Arribas has just checked in for Espanola, replacing Thursday, and so they're going to bring it now over to Osvaldo. Osvaldo, big kid, start on the move. He's cut off, has to wait and get it back out to Marcus Martinez. Martinez now directing traffic for everybody. Now he puts the ball on the floor. He gets a screen. He's going to go to the hole, puts it up, shot it, and he dishes it off. And boy, good defense by Los Alamos to cut off Derek Duda trying to go to the basket. Boy, the Hilltoppers, 5 seconds to go, and Espanola not going to get the shot off, or are they? They do. And Marcus Martinez having to shoot from almost half court. And the Hilltoppers, great defense that time by the Hilltoppers as they take a 12-6 lead into the second quarter.
Wow, that last 45 seconds or so fantastic defense by Los Alamos. Had a couple of cutters from Espanola they had to deal with. They rotated over perfectly, cut the penetrator out. They had to kick it back. And with 7 seconds left, they're near the timeline. They have no, reasonable shot to take. Martinez launches one up. He actually got a little closer than I thought he was going to making that, but just excellent defense there at the end. Toppers with a 6-point lead, holding the Sun Devils to just 6 points in that first quarter. So fantastic defense for Los Alamos. Jacob Torsday has all 6 points for the Sun Devils. He also did pick up that second personal foul. Nico Garcia with a couple of buckets in that first quarter. And Rick Valdez and Josiah Frescas also with 4 points in that quarter. So pretty solid start here at Edward Medina Gymnasium. See what the Toppers come up with for quarter number 2. And by the way, Gene, I'm supposed to remind you that you need to say every 4 seconds or so what quarter it is.
Every 15 seconds, report the quarter. They had 6 for 6 from the free throw line in that first quarter for Los Alamos. Josiah Frescas almost has the ball stolen away. He gives it now over to Kyle Evans, who's underneath to Rick Valdez. Rick, nice move under the basket, misses the shot. Rebound comes down to Nico Garcia. He goes back up. His shot is blocked. and by Osvaldo Rives. Rives is a big kid. Now they're going to bring it out on top to Marcus Martinez, top of the key. He's going to try to pin down the lane, gets it over to Osvaldo. Osvaldo trying to find somebody to hand it off to. Finally gets it to Jaden Martinez. Martinez bring it down low to Marcus Martinez. Martinez, Enrique Tafoya all over him. He's going to dish it off down onto the baseline, and then pulling up a three-point shot on the way from the left wing. This is off. Rebound comes down to Enrique Tafoya. Tafoya will get it to Josiah. 12-6 ball game right now, still here in the second quarter. And Josiah Fresca's three-point. Well, he starts to put up a three-point shot. It's partially blocked. And then just picked up by Espanola, and then they heave it down the court to Jaden Martinez, who's wide open. So after the block shot, it was just a simple matter of Jaden just taking off, and they just had to baseball it down to him. Nico Garcia gets on the dribble. And Josiah Fresca steps on the timeline, dribbling out around in the half-court circle, and he got dangerously close to the timeline, and he stepped on it. The 12-8 now here, and is remaining here in the first half. 6:50 and 6:25 to go here in the second quarter as they bring it out now on to Jarek Duda. Duda wants to penetrate down, pulls up, gets it to Marcus Martinez. Martinez still with it. Now he puts the ball on the floor. He's going to dish it off over, and they bring it back now over to Jaden Martinez. Martinez in a lot of trouble, gets it to Marcus Martinez. Martinez is, well, he just put his elbow into one of the Hilltoppers and knocked him down. And that's what you may have heard the crowd. Boy, I mean, I thought sure they were going to call that. Now they're going to call Josiah Fresca for the charge.
Oh my goodness!
Missing that other call, and they called this one. Unbelievable!
Wow, that was an obvious shove. I don't know how that wasn't called, but yeah, the crowd was reacting to that. I think mostly to the fact that was not called. This is a slightly partisan crowd here tonight, but no, that was an obvious foul. And then back the other way, Josiah hit with the charge. That looked like a lot of flopping to me.
Yeah, it certainly did. And so let's see. That is the first on Josiah. That is the 15th foul on Los Alamos. Still a 12-8 ball game here, and now we're going to have a push-off. This time, we're going to call a push-off against Marcus Martinez, and that wasn't even close to the Roiseau. Went to Kevin Coffeen. Kevin Coffeen picks up the personal. That's his second. And the ball's stolen away, and now they got the break, and they're going to come down the floor. Good defense that time by Los Alamos to cover it up, but we're going to have a personal foul on the shot. So they had a man wide open, but the Hilltoppers hustled back. So after the ball got loose, they had to break, and they had a man open as he went to the hole. One of the Hilltoppers caught up with him, got a hand on the ball, and then on a battle for it, and it finally came down to Nathan Chacon, and Chacon was able to go up for the shot, and he was fouled. So Chacon goes to the free throw line. He'll shoot one more. That personal foul, by the way, went to Enrique Tafoya. That's his second. Enrique, just a sophomore in this ball game. Second shot is missed. Rebound comes down to Kyle Evans, he's going to get it to Tafoya. Enrique will bring it up for Los Alamos. 3-point lead for the Hilltoppers here in the second quarter. And the ball almost stolen away. They want a backcourt violation, but it wasn't. It was knocked in the backcourt by Espanola. They get it to Nico Garcia. 3-point shot on the way. This is off. Long rebound. It's going to come down to Eddie Gartz. Gartz puts a shot up, bounces around, and comes out. And the rebound is going to come down to Espanola. 3-point lead for the Hilltoppers with 4:54 remaining here in the first half. They get it now over to Kevin Coffeen. Coffeen is going to hand it out on top to Jacob Torres Day, who was checked back into the ballgame playing with 2 personal fouls. They'll bring it across to Marcus Martinez, so he gets a screen and can't go anywhere. Hilltopper playing extremely good defense here. The Hilltoppers right now in a man-to-man defense. The ball's on the floor again, And another battle for it. This is won by Espanola. They pick it up. They get it to Marcus Martinez. Martinez coming in from the right side. Nice move. Puts it up with the left hand. Beautiful move. Beautiful shot. Bounces around and comes out. So Marcus got robbed on that one, I can guarantee you. And so Nico Garcia coming down the left side of the lane. He's pushed from behind. And so the foul is going to occur on the floor. But that personal foul will go.
That's going to go to Jacob.
Wow, to Torres Day, and that's his third.
Yeah, and he. Let's see. Did they check him out? I think they did. Yeah, he is out of the ball game. That's already his third. So picked up his second. Went to the bench, and he was only in for about 30 seconds and picks up his third foul.
Yes. Eddie Garsh heading to the basket has the ball knocked away from behind. And picked up there by Espanola. They get it to Marcus Martinez with 3.5 minutes or 3:50 to go here in this first half. Shot is up, it's off. Rebound comes down to Kyle Evanhus. He'll get it over to Isaiah Fresca. 3-point lead for Los Alamos, 12-9. 3:35 remaining in the first half. And now to Rick Valdez. Valdez starts to go to the basket, gets it to Isaiah. 3-point shot goes to Isaiah. Is off. Rebound is going to come down on the floor. Battle for it. Picked up by Espanola. On the run, we should have had a palming violation called against Jarek Duda, but they don't call anything, but they're going to call a foul on Los Alamos.
Ooh, we're getting a little pushing and shoving down there now, too. Evan Huss took offense to something, and a little shove down there. So getting a little physical down. Well, this game's been physical for a lot, but tempers starting to bubble up a bit.
Yeah, Enrique Tafoya will come in for Los Alamos, and he'll replace Kyle Evanhus.
I think Kyle's going to the bench mostly to cool off because he was definitely hot under the collar after that call.
And at the free throw line right now is Jarek Duda. And 3-point lead for Los Alamos. Duda's shooting a 1-and-1, and that shot is off. So Jarek Duda misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Hilltoppers with the rebound, 3:11 to go here in the first half. They hand it over to Eddie Gartz.
Sorry, Gene, the Toppers have not scored in this quarter.
You are correct, sir. And we have 5 minutes gone. Unbelievable. Isaiah Frescas loses the handle, picks it up, gets it to Nico Garcia. Nico wants to shoot the three. But boy, they're all over him. They give him a screen. They get it to Eddie Gartz. Gartz is going to take it to the hole. Puts it up too hard off the glass. Rebound comes down to Espanola. Espanola on the run. They're going to pull up. They get it to Marcus Martinez in the corner. Now coming down the baseline and wide open. I mean, Jaden Martinez. Jaden Martinez just came down the baseline and nobody cut him off. Nobody did anything. 12-11 ball game. So Zaya Fresca takes it to the hole and puts the shot up, hits the side of the rim, comes back down. Espanola with the rebound and now taking it to the hole. And it looked like Nico Garcia had pretty good position, but they're going to say no. And let's see, but they're going to call on Rick Valdez. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Valdez going to get this one. So that will put Nathan Chacon to the line, 1 for 2 from the line earlier in this quarter. 2:13 remaining, second quarter.
And so free throw line shooting 1-and-1, and Jarek Duda, and he was just there, missed the front end of a 1-and-1, makes the front end of this one, misses the back end of this 1-and-1. So right now it's a 12-12 ball game. The Hilltoppers, like Mike says, have not scored in this quarter. We have 6 minutes gone. 6 minutes gone in the quarter, and the Hilltoppers haven't scored. They were up 12-6 at the quarter. It's now 12-12. So neither team exactly burning up the nets. But now Nico Garcia is fouled, and that personal foul will go to Marcus Martinez, his first. That is the 17th foul. Nico will shoot 2. And so he finally puts in 1 for Los Alamos. He now has 5 points in the ball game. Hilltoppers take back a 1-point lead with 2:03 remaining in the first half. And Ben McBride will check in for Los Alamos, and he'll replace Rick Valdez. And Nico Garcia is still at the line for Los Alamos. 2:03 remaining. And quarter, and Nico puts it in. He now has 6 points. Hilltoppers finally scored 2 points in this quarter and makes it 14-12. But Espanola hasn't done a whole lot better. They've scored 6. So right now it's a 6-2 quarter in favor of Espanola. They bring it out on top to Kevin Coffeen. Coffeen hands it over to Nathan Chacon, who dribbles it off his foot. He's able to retrieve the loose ball. They get it underneath, and a shot underneath is wide open. Underneath that time with Jaden Martinez, and he puts it up too hard off the glass. The skip pass comes across now to Kyle Evan, who is checked back into the ballgame for Los Alamos. And we almost had a backcourt violation again. And so heading to the basket this time was Josiah Frescas. And it was just nothing but traffic. But they are going to call a personal foul, and this one is going to go to Jarek Duda. And that'll be his first. That's the 8th team foul. So that'll put Josiah on the free throw line. He'll shoot 1-1. Hilltoppers leading by 2 right now, 14-12. And we have 1:16 remaining here in quarter number 2. As Josiah puts that one in. He's he's 5 for 5 from the free throw line. I guess I shouldn't have said that. But
yeah, thanks, Gene. Great. Wonder what's going to happen now.
Yeah, he never going to.
Oh, wow. He jinxed your jinx, and he made it.
I know. He fought off the curse. 16-12, minute 10 seconds to go, first half. Hilltoppers up by 4. And they bring out an 8 Chacon. Chacon gets a screen, can't do anything with it. He'll bring it over to Marcus Martinez. Martinez trying to dribble between his legs. Cannot, and we're going to have a grab by Kyle Evanhoose. And Evanhoose is going to pick up the personal. So he grabbed him on the arm. And that's his first personal. And that is the 9th team foul.
And not the best foul I've ever seen.
No, not exactly. So Chacon at the free throw line shooting 1-1. And he puts that in. So we have a lot of free throws. We have 5 field goals for Espanola, and we have 3 field goals for Los Alamos in this ball game so far. So Chacon puts in the first and the second. And that makes it now a 2-point ball game, 16-14, with 57 seconds remaining first half. Enrique Tafoya will bring it up. And right now they've got they have Marcus Martinez on Nico Garcia. And so Marcus is right now is Nico's personal escort. Josiah Frescas goes in, puts up the shot. They're going to say it was on the floor.
Foul on the floor
Doesn't
before
matter.
the shot.
Unbelievable.
Wow. So, wow.
He'll shoot.
That was unfair. And we saw it last night. We saw the continuation of continuations with Rihanna Padilla. I mean, she had a couple of steps after the foul to put it in.
Josiah shooting 1-1. So it's all academic at this point. So shoots a 1-1, drops in the front end. And
did they give him the basket?
I guess they gave him the basket.
They must have given him the basket. I thought they waved it off.
So did I. So it's anyway, so he gets the 3-point play. Makes it 19-14. Stolen away by Rick Valdez up to Nico Garcia. Garcia goes up, drops it in, and he'll go to the free throw line. Nice move by Nico Garcia as he just decided to take the challenge, and he took it right to Osvaldo Arribes. And Osvaldo tried to block him away. Osvaldo went down, but Nico's up in the air and puts it in for the score. He now has 8 points in the ball game, and he is going to have a chance for the 3-point play, and he can give Los Alamos an 8-point lead. 21-14 right now with 24 seconds remaining. First half. Nico, second shot and first free throw good. He completes the 3-point play. 9 points now for Nico Garcia. 22-14, 8-point lead for Los Alamos. 15 seconds to go. Bring it now to Marcus Martinez. Looking up at the clock. 10 seconds left in the half. Coming down the baseline. And the shot is going to be blocked, but they're going to call a foul. And this one is going to go to, I believe, Josiah, I do believe. Let's see who's going to get it.
I think they gave it to McBride.
All right, yeah, they did. They gave it to Ben McBride. That's his first. And that is the 10th team foul in Los Alamos, so that'll be 2 shots anyway. It doesn't matter. It's 2 shots anyway. So the shot rolls around and then finally dropped in for Nate Chacon. So he'll shoot one more. He's 3 for 5 from the free throw line, or 4 for 5 from the free throw line right now. It's a 22-15 ball game. And Chacon's second shot, this one's going to be also good. And so with 7 seconds to go, the Hilltoppers bringing it up the floor. Nico Garcia pulls up, 3-point shot on the way. That's good at the buzzer. I mean, right smack at the buzzer. When that ball went through the net, it went to 0. And so Nico Garcia comes up with a 3-point shot, and I mean plenty of time. And I looked at that ball, and I looked at that scoreboard, and it went straight to 0. Just as that ball went through the net. So Nico Garcia comes up with a big 3-point basket, and the Hilltoppers take a 9-point lead into the second quarter after it took Los Alamos 6 minutes to score in that quarter, and then they end up coming up with 13 in the final 2 minutes. Unbelievable.
Wow, what a finish to that quarter for Los Alamos. And, yeah, like you were saying, literally with a minute 57 seconds left, Los Alamos scored its first point of the quarter. Los Alamos offensively up to that point, the first 6 minutes of that second quarter, they did absolutely nothing. They didn't. There was no sensible offense to speak of. I couldn't even tell you what they were trying to do.
No, nothing.
And gave the ball away a couple of times, but back-to-back old-fashioned 3-point plays by Josiah Fresquez and Nico Garcia, and then Garcia right at the buzzer, long-range 3-pointer, and he connects. Toppers were 6 for 6 from the free throw line in that second quarter, and again, every last bit of that within the last 2 minutes of that quarter. Toppers have a 25-16 lead. Boy, oh boy, and I think we were starting to sweat up here a little bit. Just we were kind of wondering if the Toppers were going to do anything in that quarter. And wow, what a rally late. So Toppers have a 9-point lead over the Sun Devils here at the break at Edward Medina Gymnasium, and it's a lot of people here. It's not packed to the rafters, and for Edward Medina Gymnasium, this is actually a fairly serene night. We haven't seen kind of the craziness this place is known for, but Toppers have been keeping the Sun Devils more or less at bay here in this in that first half. Came up with held them to just 6 points in that first quarter, and 10 points in the second quarter. Most of those actually coming from the free throw line, courtesy of Nathan Chacon, as a matter of fact. So Chacon ended up with 6 points, all in the second quarter, all from the foul line. And Jacob Torsday, who started off like gangbusters in this game, Gene, 3 quick buckets in that first quarter, but then immediately got into foul trouble, and he sat most of the rest of the first quarter on the bench. Bucket from Jaden Martinez, bucket from Kevin Coffin. That's been about it for the Sun Devils, although Martinez, like we said, the hero from the other night, he's had a couple of drives to the basket, but he is just not connected on some easy layup chances. So Jaden a little bit off, but the Toppers have done a very good job defensively, Gene, collapsing in on the guards driving in from the perimeter, and for the most part, they've really had nowhere to go.
No, that's exactly right. So it's and the Hilltoppers, as pointed out, as Mike said, it was less than 2 minutes to go in the half. before the Hilltoppers finally scored in that second quarter. And then they came up with 13 in the final 2 minutes to close out the quarter, especially with a nice three-point shot. I mean, immediately at the buzzer by Nico Garcia. Nico ends up with 12 points in the ballgame. Only 3 players scored for Los Alamos, Mike. And Josiah had 9, most of those from the free throw line. And then Rick Valdez, who started off the first score for Los Alamos, he ended up with 4. So only 3 players scoring for Los Alamos, only 4 players scoring for Espanola. So it's been interesting there. The Hilltoppers came up with 6 field goals. One of those that final 3-pointer by Nico Garcia, and they were 12 of 12 from the free throw line.
Wow, that is that's big. The Toppers, a fairly solid free throw shooting team, but apart from the foul line, that is nice half for Los Alamos. And then Gene, as we kept saying, this is a big game for the Hilltoppers. The situation in District 2 Quad A right now, the Taos Tigers, they are up on everybody. They are 4-1 in district, 13-10 overall. Taos having a pretty solid season this year. Then the Sun Devils, currently in second place at 4-2, but really struggled throughout the non-district season. Went 2-16 in the non-district season, but had turned it on in the district season. They are 4-2. They're only a half game behind Taos, and the Sun Devils actually beat Taos, correct? No, I'm sorry. No, they did not.
Taos won the ball game here.
That's correct. Yes. So, and then right behind that, a half game behind Espanola Valley are the Hilltoppers at 3-2 on the district season. So should the Toppers hold on here and pull out this victory, they move to 4-2. They are in a dead heat with the Sun Devils. They're both just half a game behind Taos. Toppers went up to Taos and knocked them off. So the Toppers will get the Tigers at home, and with potentially first place on the line there, and then Milwaukee Valley and Moriarty, they're kind of right now out of the picture. Although Toppers end the season at Milwaukee Valley, and boy, oh boy, that game's scary.
Oh yeah, it certainly is. I mean, what we expect there, and so on. Yeah, so the Hilltopper boys will take on. Let's see, I've got 14 to. I have two different games for Taos. I have one schedule that shows Taos on Tuesday. That's not right. Okay. And I have another schedule that shows Taos on Thursday. And Thursday is that would be in Los Alamos, I guess. So I have to make sure what's what. But looking at 2 different schedules.
All right. So we will play the Taos Tigers at some point next week. We do know that. So we'll double check on that and we'll let you know. But boy, oh boy, up top here in the district standings, it is just it is getting really hectic. And Taos, the Sun Devils, the Hilltoppers. Boy, it just you look at this game, see hanging in the balance is second place and a clear shot at the district lead. So wow, what this is going to be a fantastic second half. I guarantee you both teams know exactly what's at stake in this contest.
Yeah, Los Alamos goes on to win this ball game. They would go to 4-2, and Espanola would end up going to 4-3. Espanola only has one game left after this one. Taos is 4-1, but that one coming at a loss against Los Alamos in Taos. So it's been a crazy, crazy district. And then, of course, what was it last night or a couple nights ago? Moriarty knocking off. That was on the 9th. The Moriarty, that must have been, let's see, that would have been on Thursday. Moriarty knocking off Espanola 47-39.
Well, we did not see that coming.
Not at all. So we're cranking down to 45 seconds to go here before we'll start half number 2. And the Hilltoppers, like I say, with 3 scorers, and the Tigers the Espanola came up with 4 scorers, 4 people scoring. Jake Torres, he had the first 6 points of the ball game, and he got in foul trouble, and so he ended up with 6 total. And there are 5 field goals for Espanola in the first half. No 3-pointers, which is unusual. They were 6 of 9 from the free throw line, and the Hilltoppers have scored 1 3-pointer, and that was the one by Nico Garcia right at the close of the half. So the clock now cranks down to 0, and we'll be ready to go for quarter number 3. This is quarter number 3 coming up.
I'm sorry, what quarter was that, Gene?
Quarter number 3.
All right.
1, 2, 3. First quarter of the second half.
Oh, whoa! Let's keep it simple here. That's gonna throw off some folks.
That screwed everybody up. Okay. So it's going to be Espanola ball, Mike.
So here it looks like both teams will send their starters out to get this second half going.
Thursday with 3 personal fouls takes the inbound pass. He's going to bring it to Marcus Martinez, and they'll rotate it over to the left side to Kevin Coffeen. Back out on top to Torres. Jacobs is going to bring it down low to Marcus. And so they're going to rotate it over to the left wing. Marcus Martinez, Hilltoppers right now. And the Hilltoppers in a man-to-man defense are putting Nico Garcia as well, I was going to say they were putting Nico Garcia on Jaden Martinez, and then Jaden gets away from Nico and takes it in and scores. So Jaden picks up his, let's see, that's his 6th point in the ball game. So 3 field goals, and so it's a 25-18 ball game right now. Nico Garcia now directing traffic from the point. He gets it over to Kyle Evanhoose. Evanhoose on the dribble is going to try to get it to Josiah Frescas. Frescas comes around behind the basket, gets it out to Nathan Mondragon. His 3-point shot is off. So Josiah got his own rebound. He was in traffic, so he got it out to Evanhoose. Quickly down the floor, they get it in a hurry to Kevin Coffeen, and he picks up his first 2 points of the ball game. He was wide open under the basket. So Hilltoppers not getting back in transition. Josiah Fresca's 15-footer. This one bounces around. Starts to bounce out, and then decides to bounce right back in. Frescas with 11 points. 27-20. Hilltoppers up. Pass comes over. Little short jump shot on the baseline. Rebound ripped down by Rick Valdez. Boy, I'm telling you, he wanted that rebound. He went up with Kevin Coffeen. The two of them both had a hold of the ball, and Rick just ripped it out of his hands. 27-20 right now, 7-point lead for Los Alamos. We have 5:45 to go, third quarter. Comes now to Josiah Frescas, down low. Frescas out on top of Nico Garcia. Garcia gets the screen, hands it over now to Ethan Mondragon. Mondragon will give it to Kyle Evan, who's back on top to Nico. Nico gets the screen once again. A little pick and roll. Wide open is Rick Valdez. He goes up and he's fouled. So they were so worried about, Mike, they were so worried about Nico shooting the 3. They forgot all about Rick.
Yeah, and Rick with a nice release off the pick. He was wide open and then draws the foul. But, Nico had everybody on the floor looking at him to see what he was going to do.
And that personal foul, by the way, went to Kevin Coffeen. That's his 3rd. That is the first team foul. Rick misses the first. That's the first miss for Los Alamos in this ball game from the free throw line. So Rick Misses again. Whoa, bad show. 27-20. And walking it up the floor right now is Marcus Martinez in no hurry whatsoever. And so they've got, and then right down Broadway, nobody picking him up. And Gabriel Law, who we did not even see in the first half, and he picks up some 6 quick points for Los Alamos and 2 for Los Alamos. Shot taken by the Hilltoppers is off. Rebound comes down to Gabriel Law. Law will get it up to Marcus Martinez. Martinez gets it underneath to Torres Day. Torres Day can't do anything with it. Has to bring it back out on top. The pass inside is picked off by Josiah Frescas. Frescas coming down the floor, goes behind his back, gets it to Nico Garcia. 3-point shot. This is an air ball. Rebound comes down to Rick Valdez. Valdez will get it over now to Ethan Mondragon. And now the 3-point shot taken from way outside by Kyle Evans, his shot is off. That's what we did not need at that point. And Marcus Martinez is going to go straight down, and he's going to dish it off. 3-point shot taken from outside by Jaden Martinez. He's the young man that scored the 3-pointer to win the ball game. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. It's 27-22, and Josiah gets a little pick and roll inside to